So, in case you didn't hear, am the world champion of Eternal for 2020. I recorded all of my matches throughout the whole thing. I was only the feature match for about half of these, so I'm going to be going over them kind of at double speed and going over some of my thoughts. I'm going to skip the first two rounds because in round one I faced Doc and, on Zedin, and it was just, they had no chance to ever win, and it was a stomp. In round two I faced Meol, who had Wasteland Broker for Scourge of Frostholm, which I could never ever win, and I got crushed in 2 games. So neither of those are very interesting, and I'm going to skip them. So we're going to start here at round 3, so I'm 1-1 at this point against BruisedByGod. And I guess I should probably mute the volume on this. So this is recorded almost entirely silently. I wasn't talking during the games. I wanted to focus and such, except for the occasional like yes or expletive when things went really well or really poorly during the games. But so this round was against BruisedByGod, who's not playing a Xenian mid-range deck, but one had a little more shot against me because of the Talir package. It's just 2 Talirs with 8 market cards and market Kairos, which can be frightening. I can get a face Aegis to stop that from killing me, and then Harsh Rule it, and then Harsh Ruler follow up, because like their hand will be full of curtain calls and power, but they won't be able to play the curtain call that turn. Alright, so we start in here, and I don't want to have a hand with all gardens and knife, because knife isn't even that good against them, because a lot of the stuff is more than 5 health. So with Mulligan, this hand's great. It's got all the factions, it's got Petition, it's got Honor of Claws, Hailstorm to clean up the little guys, put the 9-cost card at the bottom, just perfect. Everything going smoothly. So I should actually change the speed to double time here. So we can see their hand. Yep, go. Perfect. Alright. So they had their good start with the Initiative of the Sands, but that's fine. We have Hailstorm cleaned up, and what do you know? Hurler right off the top. Don't need a second Hailstorm, although 2 Hailstorms together is nice because you can take out some bigger threats. I really just need a 4th power so I can Honor here, and if I get to Honor and then power up and kill their stuff after that, generally in the clear. Against a deck like this, it doesn't have any sort of reach outside of the Talir combo, but that's a long ways off. Like that takes 9 power. Alright, so easy pitch Hurler. That's why he's there, to be Snowball, which is a real spell against most people, and then card that you discard to Honor or tuck in the market with Merchant. Tokus is sort of annoying that it doesn't die to Hailstorm, but if you are a God gamer like me and you run super well, you can just draw another Jotun Hurler and have Hailstorm plus Snowball clear out all this. And if this buys a curtain call, I'm super happy. Like, a curtain call when their board has 3 strength instead of 10 is just awesome. And then if it comes off the top here and it takes 7, like whatever, I'm at 22. If you knock me down at 10, that's a good thing. I can play a free knife and start killing you. Obviously keep Harsh Rule on top. Harsh Rule is just the best card in this matchup. Like, yes, there is curtain call, but it's pretty hard for them to play a big threat and hold up curtain call, because their big threats all cost 5 basically, and like by the time they get to 8 power, I can afford to play around curtain call by playing spot removal or holding up Defiance. So like, I play Rule, they curtain call it, I just Defiance the guy when they attack and I don't die, sort of thing. Now it's getting sort of frightening. Like, they're up to 8 power, they got to go to their market, but I have a Hailstorm to knock them back down, and then a Harsh Rule for their follow-up. So BruisedByGod's deck had like a few more anti-control tools, like Zumikons in the main deck, and marketing for Tovan, so like a big ambush guy is sort of threatening, but we get to really get him here. Oh, and he just marketed for Burden straight off, so I get to garden that meltdown, and then it's all over. And he recognizes it too and just packs it in. getting Burden first against a deck playing 4 Gardens feels bad, but the matchup is so bad for him that he just has to play Burden and pray that I have nothing. And then we wait for the next round. So my plan here is to record all these, so they'll probably all be pretty short, like 10 to 20 minute videos, and then I'll be uploading 1 or 2 of them each day for the next week. So be sure to subscribe. Gotta get those plugs in. Alright, now this hand, while it looks somewhat weak, it's the Hurlers can clean up Initiate, which is his most explosive start, and then the Merchant can grab Royal Decree for the first time that he markets, or just to like, so like ideally you hit a ambush guy or a something to break up the Talir combo, so either Time Etching or Talir herself, because he's probably not going to get to 11 for Talir plus Merchant by the time that I can kill him. Like, my deck is slow for sure, but it's not that slow. Elhead's kind of annoying. That doesn't get answered by Sin the Wall and hits for a decent amount, but I can just take it slow here, play Wisdom, and then hopefully draw something to play after that. Like, I've got so many cards that kill 3/3s and 2/4s in the end. Like, there's a harsh rule, so like, I might get knocked down a bit, but I'll be okay. And yeah. Take 5, that's fine. Just get me close to Free Knife. Big time mid-range deck, no reach. Not scared. Another Tokus. Would like to draw something here, and Hailstorm cuts off the Elhead before it can grow to a 5/5, which is nice. And then I have Alt's Undepleted Power, so I can harsh roll when I need to. I do kill that though, because if they play second unit, I get to harsh roll 2/4, and I'm feeling great. If they don't play second unit, I just get to Garden their only unit and power up with Garden, which is super good. And even if they pass and I Garden and they protect with Curtain Call, and then like their Curtain Call kills my Garden, and that's not really a big deal. Like, I gotta, again, that gets rid of the Curtain Call without them having a big board. If I can get rid of a Curtain Call and take 3 or 5, and instead of taking 8 or 12, then I'm happy. And now I even draw Defiance, so now my Garden is super safe. Just 0 cost Defiance to protect your Garden is just so ridiculous. But yeah, here, so they marketed, so I'm just going to take care of the market card. And again, they grabbed Burden first, which surprised me. I thought it was going to be a unit, but I just don't care about Burden because I have Garden. So we're just going to take the Curtain Call. That's by far the scarier card. Not right now, but potentially down the line. Because if he plays Burden, he just time walked himself. I just get to play Garden and kill it for free. With the Defiance backup, the Garden is now super safe. And I'm not even sure what he's thinking about at this point. So he twists Tokus, which makes me think that he drew Talir and is trying to pull off a Talir combo. So now I really want to cut him off power. And so that's why I kill that Tokus. They also get a cheeky free attack, because if they block with the Merchant, it dies to the known Snowball. And now I'll just put it back to the Stone Age, like only 5 power. Like they need to like warp multiple Zumikons from this point to have a chance. And just pass. So let's do the standard resurfacing for Honor of Claws and just pass. If they have Zumikon, I've got Defiance. Pride Leader is slightly more annoying because like I don't want to waste Defiance on Pride Leader, but I will. I know that they have a burden in hand. So spewing the Meltdown for no value off this garden kind of looks bad. So I'm just going to Ice Bolt the 3/5. Even though I have a second garden, I want to be able to get maximum value out of them. That meaning getting Tamarisk if possible. Once you get Tamarisk, just go into super overdrive. Like, you can petition for a Cylix and play the Trove all for 0. Like, it's completely insane. So here I was checking for how many ambush units they had left. The answer being a lot, so we're keeping Defiance. And I've got the Channel Tempest for full reload here. Nash, yeah, good thing I've got a Channel Tempest for that. Without a prodigious sorcery in my 80, Channel Tempest isn't generally going to deal lethal damage, so you almost never send it at face. You just use it to be a 4-for-1, killing a unit and drawing 3 cards. And now he feels desperation, just slamming the burden, hoping to activate it and draw cards and put units into play for free. But unfortunately for him, I again have the Garden for Meltdown immediately. And that is all she wrote. Yep. Doesn't even wait for it to come down before he scoops him up. And I am 2-1.